Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Festus Challenge week number 6. We are in the Anvil Division matchups. We are getting to our third game shortly here. Once again, I am Imagine, and with me is Sir Morty.
Welcome back, everybody.
It's been a good couple of games so far, Morty, but
Yeah,
we are gonna go into our next match between the Art of Warfare and the Bully Boys. Two teams who are unfortunately, scraping the bottom of the standings. Art of Warfare had a very hard time. I think they just last week managed to pick up their first couple of kills, or maybe the week before that.
I think it was last week, 'cause I think I remember us talking about it.
Yeah, so they did manage to get their first kills, and maybe this time they can go further and get their first win. Of course, the Bully Boys have gotten a lot of, Bully Boys, who their team is the Black Flight Squadron, has gotten quite a lot of kills. They have actually got a lot of kills.
Yeah,
If you take a look at the standings, they have no wins to show for it. So that's really all that matters in the end is how many wins you actually have. And unfortunately
yeah.
for the Bully Boy team, hasn't gone quite their way.
Well, it shows that they don't exactly lack the stopping power, do they? They know how to finish the fight. It doesn't seem they know how to survive it very well, unfortunately. We might see a turnaround today. We might see a perfect sheet. I hope we see another upset as we saw with the Merrymen last game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the dam's gonna break for one of these two teams. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Neither of these teams are probably going to be fighting for an upper slot. I don't think. I think mathematically they can't get into it anymore. I'm not sure if they've been eliminated
Um,
totally or not.
I
Um,
think they would be able to get into it if Sacrilege loses every single one of their games from here on in. I think
Perhaps. Well,
maybe.
because I think it's top three and uh, yeah, I don't know. Regardless, if it's possible, if it's mathematically possible, it's almost impossible.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
unfortunately, but they will be in the second set of playoffs, the silver playoffs, playing in the lower bracket playoffs. So they
yeah,
will have a chance to make a name for themselves, regardless. And it's good to get a first win under your belt, and one of these two teams will achieve that today.
yeah. I'm hoping we get a. I'm gonna put it. Not a quick fight, but a good back and forth between them. One down, one down, one down. I hope we can get maybe a 4-5 good bust up brawl, good barroom brawl sort of fight.
Yeah, it's the number one thing we all want is a good entertaining game.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's standings here, standings there, whatever. If it's a good, well fought game, I think we could all appreciate that, and not just us two, but everyone watching as well.
I hope so.
It's good to get those exciting matches going on. So we've got just about a minute or so left before we start this matchup. So hopefully the Art of Warfare can get their final two members in.
Yeah. It just seems like they're I don't know what's being said. I think they're just waiting just to see who they can get.
Yeah, it's so we do have a strict time that your team has to be ready at, and the game will go whether or not you have all your members. Of course, if you refuse to ready up, I think 2 minutes into after when the match is supposed to start, if you refuse to ready up, you actually end up forfeiting, and I don't think any of us want to see that.
No, not at all. I think they're gonna well, they're getting their people in now. I think they're gonna get one more. Then we may see a sub. Oh no, we don't. There he is.
All right, there we go. So we do got everything going on from the Art of Warfare, getting their final few members in. Looks like
Yeah,
they're gonna be rocking a goldfish here, and is that gonna be a blender fish?
it's a
No,
Hawaii
watch a
fish. It's,
fish.
it's the exact same Hawaii fish as the Merrymans that we saw last game, other
Oh
than the
no,
side guns are switch sides.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Personally, and this is
Mhm.
just my personal, take on this. I like to see a blender fish because it's parroting, and especially if you have a junker.
Yeah, lots of squishy, squishy. Yeah, I can understand that. Um, it just seems though, looking at looking at how the teams are set up, I don't think we're going to see a lot of disabling. I think it's just going to be a lot of straight out brawling and not a lot of flattening people.
Yeah,
Well, I
and
hope.
that should make for a rather exciting game, regardless.
Yeah, should make a rather different game than Paraton, because normally in Paraton, the surefire way to get your kill is to drop them onto terrain, or drop them and then push them into it yourself.
Yeah. All right, so on the Art of Warfare side, captained by Hunter, we've got it's a Gatling carronade once again, and a Banshee on flare gun on the side, and that is of course the little round table.
Hmm.
And then we got the Stinger, captained by Samantha Vosh, who took a little bit of an unfortunate bounce there. Welcome to Perton and the building. Say hi. It's got a Hwacha up front with a flamethrower and a Gatling on the side.
And we have for the Bully Boys is the Ecclesiador with Gilda. He is flying a slightly abnormal Junker build. Front let me just take a look. I can't see anything 'cause everything's white because of chem spray.
It's a
Front
Gatling.
Gatling gun, left side flamer and carronade, right side flak gun and Gatling gun. So there's a lot of short range builds for this one. And we've also got the Algernon by Brickhard Castle, the good old Algernon, which is his trademarked to this point carronade Artemis front and Gatling gun Artemis side Pyramidion.
Yeah, so a lot of unconventional builds coming here from the Bully Boys. I think we saw the Carronade Artemis in the last matchup versus another Hwacha fish. So here we go again with the same build to counteract the Hwacha fish, and of course the Elucidator bringing a rather peculiar loadout, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a slightly odd junker, but it may surprise us. Because it's got a lot of stopping power up close, and it's got a fair bit of disable and harassment with that carronade flamer side. You could do the same thing that a lot of squid pilots do, pop them and burn them on the way down to just add insult to injury.
Yeah, now Tomato King is rocking that Lesmok for that Gatling, and that is what I expected him to have because it is paired up with a flak. With that
Yeah.
Lesmok, the Gatling will be able to basically reach long enough to where the flak won't have troubles with its arming time. Of course, you do lessen the clip amount of bullets that you can shoot out, but I don't really know how much use that side's going to get in the first place.
Well, if you let's see, if you compare it with the other Gatling gun at the front, you can get a bit more disabling power if someone else has Lesmok rounds. Then instead of a clip and a half, which I think it would be for Lesmok with a single Gatling gun, then you're doing it in 3/4 of a clip, using each as long as each are hitting. So if you pair them together, it's not too bad. You can make the range work for your advantage, but you just need more guns and gunners you trust to be able to hit them.
And it looks like the front gunner is actually going to be using Incendiary with that Gatling.
Well,
I mean, I personally like Incendiary Gatlings. I don't have any problems with them, just
no.
remarking of what they're actually going to be using.
Yeah, you don't see Incendiary Gatling used so much anymore, apart from in pub builds as a harasser. So it would be nice to see how many dividends that pays off, whether or not it's going to be used to target, say, the Hwacha on the goldfish, light that on fire and whittle it down a ways.
Yep.
That might be a thing.
Perhaps it's kind of hard to tell. Gatlings do very good against knocking out front guns of goldfishes, so that could definitely be the case. Let's see, we've got charged, greased, and Lesmok for the Hwacha. There's no burst on the Hwacha.
Well, the Hwacha is being used by the Art of Warfare as their primary kill weapon, so instead of that burst, that disabling power, you need that heavy hitting.
Yeah, but he's got greased?
Well,
I mean, maybe that's to run over to the Gatling?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. We'll see how he employs them, because it'll be kind of interesting to see that. Wait, does he have a Lesmok as well on the Hwacha? Okay, and now Lesmok I don't see the point in. Grease,
the only
maybe...
thing I can think of is they've got a flamethrower on the side, so maybe he's got one ammo type for each of those, but no heavy. I mean, I guess you're gonna be closer up in this map anyway. Regardless, Little Round Table has been found and is getting just bomb blasted by the Bully Boy
Oh,
team, and this was just a horrible start here for the Art of Warfare as they get caught out of position. That
no.
little round table is suffering quite a lot here and will get taken down. Fireworks shooting off, and
Well, that was fairly brutal.
Stinger now trying to see what it can accomplish, but at this point it might be just better for them to run away.
Looks like they're trying to run away, but they've run into that old problem on Paraton where terrain comes out of nowhere where you didn't want it.
Yeah, and
Oh,
the
and here comes
double
Flak.
Gatlings coming on, and Black Gun following it up. Algernon now following him up as well.
Ooh, they're trying to
And
probably get some flames down to cover them, but it's just not working.
yeah, that double
Oh no!
Gatling arc there from Elucidator doing a fantastic job. And oh, a little bump, and that's just, I mean, it was going to be very hard to escape, and that just sealed the deal.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. She just went careening out of control there. Man, that's why you don't split up on Periton. It's you might not be separated by distance, but you're gonna have a lot of stuff in your way. It's gonna be hard to get to your ally.
Yeah, I mean, you get
Oh,
one
that
building
wasn't.
between you guys, and that's it. You're done.
That's like
That's
30,
just
40.
kind of how it goes.
Yeah, it's like 30, 45 seconds to a minute if you're in a galleon to get around that building.
Yeah, and I mean, even with a nimble ship like a goldfish, it can take a while to swing around.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Little Round Table didn't keep on charging forth here. They are going to wait for their teammate. Going to form back up here and, get ready for their second engagement. Often can determine how a game will go. If our Warfare can get a kill or two, they'll be in decent shape.
Well, I think it's still looking at the score as a contributing factor and the way they simply outplayed. It just seems that the Bully Boys are going to do a lot better because they're not hurt. They haven't got anything to weaken their position, so to speak. So it's either going to be a very close scrap where I can still see the Bully Boys pulling ahead, or maybe another whitewash. And I don't want it to be, but it could be.
Art of Warfare taking a turn here. They're going up towards the middle, and that was going to be the wrong way to go. It looks like the Stinger is backing up now. Looks like they are bouncing against the little few buildings over here. If they would have kept on going straight through that path that you can kind of see on the map here that I'm showing you, that the way that they're pointed, they actually could have caught. I think that was the Junker facing the wrong way, but now the two ships are actually facing the right way, and they're going to collide right here.
Well, let's see if there's a spot.
Yep, spots coming up, and here we go, getting into this battle between Stinger and Elucidator. Algernon following up, a little round table, a little bit too far behind right now.
Hey, well, it seems that front-mounted Gatling gun's paying dividends at
Oh,
this
and the
stage.
Stinger's actually getting caught in the side of this building and just getting hammered here. The little round table, however, coming in and getting a bump on the Elucidator, knocking it off its charging course. The little round table. Almost everything on the little round table is on fire. Elucidator, however, lost his balloon to that ram and is falling down, and that's never a good thing on this map. Armor down. Will the little round table be able to finish this off? Where's the mortars? Oh, I think there might be too many stacks on the little round table. Oh no, they have the carronade, right?
They have a carronade. They don't have any, so they're gonna have to go for the rams, and they had too many
Oh,
fires
but
for those engines.
oh man, they do get a nice ram off there.
Well, looks like this is gonna sway back. I'm gonna eat my
Stinger
own
and
words.
little round table
no!
collide. It gets all sorts of arcs turned the wrong way. And now little round table has lost his balloon as well. Stinger's still trying to move up on Algernon, and this is absolute madness here, Morty.
Oh my days. I thought I was going to eat my words, but I just don't know. I just don't know what's going on. Oh, but
Algernon
there
has
he goes.
lost
He's
his
aground.
armor, but Elucidator's coming back. Stinger has lost his armor as well and is getting gatted down and going into
Here goes
the...
that flamer.
This is just a hodgepodge, a mess over here between all these ships trying to kill each other. Algernon now...
That is a merciless flamethrower, though, going for both ships.
Yeah.
And oh,
Both
what's
of
gonna
these
happen?
Art of Warfare ships hurt incredibly badly. Stinger just managed to get out. Algernon
Oh,
trying
little
to...
round table's wedged.
Yeah, ramming the little round table, not letting that escape go. Stinger losing his balloon once again. Shots going everywhere.
Ground death.
And both of these Art of Warfare ships go down almost at the same time, just seconds apart. And
Oh my lord. That I don't even know. That carronade was lethal.
Yeah, I mean, once you get this close to the ground, especially here, where right here you've got this just ridge, and you know, a lot of times when you get down to the ground, you still got kind of a flat surface to skid around. Here you've
Yeah.
got this like ridge that you just bounce into, and that's it. You get rammed against that. So that started out great for the Art of Warfare, but unfortunately they were right in blue spawn, and Elucidator just spawned. I mean, almost right next to him, and managed to just swipe that Stinger down, and that allowed Algernon to kill the little round table.
Man, that was surprising. I thought I was going to eat my words at one point, then it swayed back, then it swayed back again, and then the El Cusador came back in with the carronade and just dominated. Got into a position where they could flame both of them at once, and pretty much underlined any hope of their escape.
Yep, and the goldfish almost got around the side too. That was the crazy part.
Yeah,
They had just turned the corner, and
they were
last shots came upon them.
pretty much home free, and then just I bet they thought they were home free, and it just came right up behind them. That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what happens with these spawns. Now here we go, red team, moving along the side once more. They've kind of taken this wide path.
Yeah, it seems that the Bully Boys are playing a lot better today. It might be because they've got a lot more of the experienced players than the Art of Warfare, perhaps, but it's only a number. You can't really tell for talent, I suppose.
Yeah, the levels, you know, they're a decent indicator of your time played, I guess you can say, as Timothy
Yeah.
falls off his junker there and is kind of running around.
Oh,
That's
a couple
weird.
of bumps there on the Stinger.
Yeah, both the little round table and the Stinger have been bumping a little bit, but nothing too major. You know,
No.
when they're taking it nice and slow, nice and easy, so they don't lose any large amounts of hull. Generally, unless you get stuck on one of these buildings, you're really not going to take any permanent damage. But you generally want to avoid from slamming into things if you can.
Well, especially if you're trying to get somewhere quick, because if you clip something, you're either going to get delayed, you're either going to get damaged, and someone's going to show up. But just at that moment where you've clipped something, gone, oh, nuts, can you just patch that up? Oh, no, forget it, they're already here.
Yeah, it can cause a lot of problems. Now Stinger is going kind of the right way. If they manage to continue on here, they do have to be careful because this is the edge of the map, and that wind can blow you back in bad places. But they are at this point almost gonna get the drop on Bully Boys here right in the back,
Oh,
and then
no,
they're
if they
just
hook
turning.
this,
They're turning.
if they hook this right, though,
Turn.
go, yes. I want to see this happen. It sounds a bit cruel for the Bullet Boys, but I want to see this happen, and I want to see
It's
how well that Hawachi Gunner does. Because I want to see what his wet ammo does.
both of these Bully Boy ships are turned the wrong way.
Wait a second, they've all disappeared on my screen. Hang on.
What, all the ships?
They disconnected?
No, did you
No,
disconnect?
no, no. No, everyone on the
And a flare goes
Goldfish.
off right at a clutch flare timing there by the Bully Boys will allow them
Oh,
to
no.
turn around here.
Oh, no, never mind. For some reason, everyone on that Goldfish just vanished. And I thought that they'd thrown in the towel.
Yeah, and now let's see, they are getting turned the right direction. Eludicator and Little Round Table engaging each other, and Algernon hanging out as well.
Oh, and that gun's not chem spray.
Oh, and Algernon and
no.
Eludicator collide here, and that's gonna knock Algernon back.
Oh, but we've also had the Sting and a little round table collide as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of collisions going on here, a lot of messy stuff continuing to happen. Flamethrower coming on, continuing to do damage.
Down goes the hole on the Stinger, but no finishing shots coming in, just slight damage from the carronade.
Yeah, now Algernon getting bumped by Little Round Table. Flamethrower coming in, wreaking havoc on Little Round Table. That balloon is down, armor already down. Can they Algernon collides with the building, and that's
Oh.
gonna knock their side guns, but they are getting some shots off there. However, Little Round Table with that balloon down. Crashes
Oh,
and armor is gone, and they do get taken down.
No, that's a shame. I really wanted them to get the drop on for that one, just for the sake of what would they do, but it got spotted.
Yeah, the
Wow,
very
okay.
extremely clutch flare there by the Bully Boys, put up at exactly the right time. Managed to spot the approaching ships and get them turn around right before they get caught in the back. Stinger maybe had been a little bit lower, they could have executed a nice watch barrage into the back
Maybe.
of that Pyra, but that was not to be.
No, it was not to be. Well, there you go. There's the advantage of Carronades and Paraton Rumble as plain as day. Grind someone into the ground and just poke them.
Yeah, and
And
both
they're
teams were
gone.
actually playing really, really low the entire game as well. Like,
Yeah.
they already started low and then used carronades to get even lower.
Yeah. Then use Carronades to get even lower. And I think in this circumstance, I'd normally play on a squid. But I think in that circumstance, seeing how that Junker did with that extra weight, being able to get a couple of splatters, actually worked really damn well. Really damn well. I've not seen a Carronade Flamer on a Junker in a long time, and I'm glad to see it used to such effect.
Yeah, I've used that setup too before as well, just for funs, of course. No, not in competitive matches. I'm not sure
Yeah,
it'd be that ballsy to take it. Although maybe on Parrotin, maybe on Parrotin. Anything, almost anything
maybe
is
on Parrot.
possible on Parrotin, Morty.
Yeah, almost everything, apart from uh, light flak on a death match, maybe. No, heavy flak on a death match, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
perhaps I have seen it though. I have seen it.
Oh
Reg-
yeah, we've all seen it.
I've seen it on Spires. I think in the Spire tournament we've seen it. We saw it a few times.
Yeah.
Regardless, Bully Boys, Blackflight Squadron do get their first win of the season, taking out the Art of Warfare 5-1 here. Pretty straightforward match in the end, although it was quite messy, as I think it was Sunderland who remarked that in the chat.
Yeah.
And, well, that will end that match, and we will go to another little break here, and we'll end up with our last match of the day of the Musosaurus versus Cake, which should be a
Yeah.
rather exciting match
This
once more.
should be lots of fun.
Now, of course, we do have two streams going. You can watch robanddan.tv/live. There's the link for you. And go watch as the other stream is going to get their matchup. Looks like it's between the Mad Hatters and Overwatch, which should be oh man, I gotta
Ooh.
watch that game.
I'm going over there now.
Yeah, it's a do go and watch that, but be back here. Our next match here is starting at
Quarter past the hour.
6:15. Yep. So in whenever that is for you, in about 30 minutes actually, as that match we just had was pretty quick. So let me change that here. So once again, I am Imagine, and with me is Sir Morty. This is Hephaestus Challenge, week number 6. We will be back in about a half an hour to cast the last match of the day between the Musosaurus and Cake. So do return. Hope to see you then.
See you soon, everybody.